So first of all, I need to put a disclaimer out there and say I just finished drinking a cup of turmeric latte, so that's why, hence why my tongue is so yellow. But please accept me. Hi everyone, I hope you guys have had a fantastic Christmas break and a brand new start to the 2018. I genuinely believe that this year is going to be so fantastic, and I'm so excited for just everything that's going to be happening and just for the year in general. I hope that your 2017 was good, and I pray that your 2018 is going to be even better. So since we're starting a brand new year, in today's video, I want to go over a strategy on how you can make time for everything it is that you want to do. You can use this in the context of just general things that you want and need to do in your life, or you can use this in the context of the New Year's resolutions or goals and stuff that you want to set for yourself to do today. Wait, not just today, but today, tomorrow, this week, this month, and this year. I want to say this live, but that's a little bit extra, isn't it? This is actually something that the Lord was ministering to me about last year. He was talking to me about the importance of honoring your time. So basically, I was doing a lot of praying into, Lord, how can I actually be a lot more productive? And he said, hey, Rejoice, you should set time for stuff, and you should honor the time that you set for stuff. And that's how you can schedule and actually focus on getting the stuff that you want to get done and just make time for everything that it is that you want to do. So I want to be going over this strategy. So let's just get straight into it, really. The first thing that I do is every Sunday, because I start my week on a Monday, every Sunday I will sit down and plan my week. But all this is I just kind of sit down and I say, okay, what are my targets or your goals that it is that I want to hit this week, or that it is that I want to concentrate on this week, or just what is it that I need to make sure that what is it I want to do? What is it that I make sure that I do this week? So with me, I like to keep my house clean. So every week I like to have one designated day where I do like a deep clean of everything. Every day I like to do some type of study and revision just so I can keep the ball rolling. So that's something I want to make time for every day. Every day I like to do Bible study, and every day I like to do some type of what I say passion project, which is working on, say, your side hustles or whatever it is that you like to keep creative, or a new business that you want to start, or something like that. Basically making time to plan all of these little bits. A tip that I want to say on that as well is also don't forget to make some time or plan some time that you're going to sit down with all your errands that you need to do. I don't suggest doing errands every single day. I suggest in fact taking one day where you spend an hour or two and chunk all the errands into that 1 hour or two. Because studies have shown that we are the most productive when we actually just focus on one thing at one time. I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, and I said that, you know, if you read one book or one topic at one given time without multitasking different things you're learning, or without trying to multitask just things in general, then we are the most productive and we achieve the best results in that period of time. So we're going to take that exact theory and apply it to our everyday lives and in the way that we make time to do everything that it is that we want to do. So once you've sort of planned your week, this is as simple as just saying, okay, on Monday I'm going to do A, B, C, D, E. Tuesday I'm going to be A, B, C, D, E. Or even, oh, I need to make sure on Saturday I'm going to go meet Catherine for lunch. So right now lunch with Catherine on Saturday, just so you got like a clear idea of where it is, your whereabouts is going to be for that week and what it is that is going on. The second thing that I like to do is every single night I like to plan the next day. So because I've already got this plan of what it is that I'm doing on Monday per se, after I plan my week, when it gets to say Wednesday evening, I would just look at what it is that my plan for Thursday would be. And with that, I then start chunking my time. So it's so overwhelming sometimes, or it can get so overwhelming when you're just saying, okay, I have a goal of, say, I want to start being fit and I want to start working out more. But then you don't actually make the time to work out. So on the evening of the Wednesday, you say, okay, in my schedule, I can see that I have this like 3-hour gap between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. So what am I going to do? Between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m., I'm going to say in that time period, my concentration is going to be on some type of fitness, whether that's going to the gym, whether that's doing a home workout, or whether that is a YouTube workout or going for a run, whatever it is, but in that time period, that's when I'm gonna do that. So then you do that for all your activities during the day. I'm gonna give you another tip and say, don't be too rigid with your planning. If you're too rigid, i.e. saying, okay, from 10 to 11, I'll do this, 11 to 12, I'll do that, 12 to 1, you'll do that. One thing is, we can set time and manage our time all that we want, but in reality, we don't live in clock time, we live in real time, right? And real time means that sometimes it takes us an hour to just get out of bed. It means sometimes we cook and it takes us only 10 minutes rather than an hour. Or sometimes we start revising and we get stuck on something and it might end up taking us 3 hours instead of an hour to do. So therefore, don't be so rigid with your time, but rather put your time into specific blocks of time. I like to section my day into 3 parts. You have the morning, you have the afternoon, and you have the late afternoon. In the evening, that's sort of my time. So I like to put one thing that I do in the morning, one thing I do in the afternoon, and one thing I do in the late evening. And where I do that is kind of like up to me, but I need to honor my time at the end of the day so that I actually make sure I get that time done. But specifically, when it comes to that period of time for me to do that one task, my concentration is solely on doing that one task without thinking about what it is I'm going to do the rest of the day or what else it is that I need to just get done this week, because I would have scheduled time to do that thing on a specific day at a specific time. So the principle in this is, after you've planned your whole week and what it is that you want to do day by day, then the night before that day, you will then put that task into a specific time slot and be sort of semi-flexible with that time slot, so that on the next day in the morning, you know exactly what it is that you're doing at this time, what you're doing at that time, and when you're doing whatever task it is. The third thing that I like to do is, at the time to do that task, right at the beginning of the task, set yourself a target or a goal for that task. So say, okay, you section 2 hours in the afternoon, this afternoon, specifically to work on your passion project. So this can be whether you're working on your YouTube channel, your blog, your business, whatever it is. When it's time to do that, set yourself a goal of, okay, I want to at least get this done, whether it's I want to edit a video, whether it's I want to finish planning a video, whether it's I want to reply to emails, or I want to finish doing lecture 5 of this topic, or whatever it is. You set that task for yourself, that target for yourself, and then you get started with the actual task. By setting a target for yourself, your brain automatically knows the focus, and it sort of motivates you to just concentrate on hitting that target. And also at the end of the session, you can then review to say, okay, did I hit my target? Yes, great. What is the next thing that I want to achieve the next time that I'm going to be coming back to doing this piece of work? Or did I hit my target? No. Why? Because of this? Okay, so this is the block that I have to deal with the next time that it is for me to work on this again. It puts you in that mind frame to achieve that task, and it also puts you in a mind frame to really review your task. That's one thing that we need to do. As well as wanting to get stuff done, it's really equally important to review what it is that we have done, because then we can measure ourselves to see, okay, what else I need to go even further. Or say after like a few sessions of working on that one thing on your passion project, you can see, okay, how far have I actually come along with it? Have I made a lot of progress? Have I been very slow in my progress? If I've been slow, okay, I need to up my game, and maybe I need to set myself more targets within that 2-hour session that I'm going to be working on that passion project. But either way, setting your target at the beginning of the session and then reviewing the target at the end of the session is going to be very, very helpful to managing your time and getting everything that you want to get done. The next thing that we like to do is we like the 80-20 rule. I can't remember, is it called the Parkinson's law? No, it's not. A Parkinson's law is something completely different, but it goes well with the 80-20 rule if you want to look that up. But the 80-20 rule says that you get 80% of your best results from actually only 20% of the work that you actually do. So what we want to do in this, the aim in the 80-20 rule, is to find out what is that 20% of tasks that I'm actually doing that's producing this huge 80% of my results. So say if you run a YouTube channel and you get most of the results by only focusing on posting on YouTube and say promoting stuff on Instagram rather than like the Facebook or the Twitter, then that means, hey, maybe cut down on the time that you spend doing the Facebook and the Twitter prep and concentrate just on doing a promotion on Instagram and getting your YouTube videos out. And that way you will essentially be maximizing and doing more to produce that 80% of desired results and outcome that it is that you want to get from it. So bringing that into context with our setting time for everything that we want to do. At the start of your session, I would say be aware of what it is, that 20% of work that you need to do in order to achieve that 80% of the results. If you don't know what that is at the beginning of the session, experiment, just go with your sessions, and then after a couple of sessions of doing it, say a couple of weeks that you've spent doing your passion project or doing your revision or whatever it is that you're doing, review back and say, okay, where did I learn the most, or what is it that made me hit my target the most, and then just put more and more emphasis on doing that activity or that piece of work in your next coming sessions. And that's pretty much how you can discover what your 20% is that's giving you 80%, and how you can maximize your results and be productive at the same time. And that's pretty much it on how you can make time for everything that you want to do and make time to actually achieve your results. To summarize it all, it literally is just planning your week, then in the evening plan your next day in terms of time blocks. And then at the time that you're gonna do whatever task it is, set yourself a goal or a target before you do the task, and then review the task at the end of the target. To give you some extra tips in it, I suggest not setting yourself more than 2 to 3 big tasks that you wanna do on a day. So say if you, for example, are revising, don't set yourself to revise like 7 lectures in a day or 7 topics in a day. That is the most overwhelming thing that you can ever do. And also, because we live in real time rather than clock time, one lecture could take a lot longer than another lecture. One topic can take a lot longer than another topic. And we also have this thing called willpower, yeah? And our willpower, it can run out. And when it runs out, man, you're just gonna lazy it out and you're just gonna give up on all your tasks altogether. So don't set yourself too many tasks to do in a day. I personally set myself between 1 to 3 tasks that I like to do every single day, big tasks that I like to do, and I concentrate on those 1 to 3 big tasks at the time that I need to concentrate on them. If I have a fourth big task that I want to do, I'll set that for the next day, or I set that for another convenient day that I can get that done without depleting my willpower and actually making the time to do everything that it is that I want to do. So I hope that's been helpful to you, and I hope that's been helpful, especially if you have any New Year's resolutions or anything else like that that you want to get done. Definitely set a time that you want to focus specifically on just that resolution and work towards that resolution. Put it into your either daily plan, weekly plan, monthly plan, whatever it is, and I guarantee that you will see results after weeks, months, maybe even days of just doing this one thing, and you actually get everything that it is that you want to get done. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you're having a fantastic couple of days in the year, and I wish you all the best in the rest of the year and as well in the rest of the week. Have a blessed week. I love you and Jesus loves you. Bye.